You also been playing some good bullshit called WarioWare.
WarioWare, let me tell you. So let me just get this footage up quickly.
Wario. I say
Wario.
bullshit in the most endearing way because
Yeah.
it is bullshit mini games that are just fun and ridiculous, like in their
I
own
mean,
way.
so if you've never heard of a WarioWare game, so I've only played one in my lifetime on DS. I can't even remember what it's called. But WarioWare games, for all intents and purposes, are just collections of outrageous mini games. And by mini games, I mean literal dozens, if not hundreds, of mini games that take you 2 to 5 seconds to complete at a time. And the whole gameplay loop is fixed around you just going through a sequence of them as quickly as you can. With a limited number of lives, where if you fail one, you lose a life, and you obviously see how far you can get. But yeah, this one has a story mode. I can't remember if the DS one had a story mode. It doesn't ring a bell at all. But yeah, as you'd expect from a game like this, it's not it's not going to win any Oscars
There's a
for
lot going on in this
narrative.
cutscene. It's very funny.
Can I tell you before I talk about the story, the animations and the cutscenes in this game are just, I love them so much. Like you can tell that the team had a lot of fun putting together this bullshit. Like what is going on? It's just crazy fun, silliness.
This almost looks like one of those weird YouTube rabbit holes you fall down.
Exactly.
Where you find like really fucked up animation. Like this is the vibe I get from it. It's bizarre.
Like what's going on? So in terms of story, the premise here is that Wario runs a gaming company. I know, WarioWare. Holy shit. And yeah, just before they're about to launch a new game or a new platform. And I know the platform's corrupted with the bug and it sucks all of them into it. And you start off with just Wario and you have to make your way through the internals of this game to, rescue all the other characters. But by playing a bunch of mini games.
Okay.
Essentially.
So it almost looks like a dungeon crawler and each creature is like a small mini game.
Yeah,
God, is that Animal Crossing?
there's some really cool little cameos here that I did not expect. Like if you're watching the footage, there's some Animal Crossing. Here's a Splatoon one. So what's different here, though, if I'm not mistaken, is that you unlock characters and every character plays differently. Okay, so Wario, for example, has a jetpack, and if you push his ability button, he does a dash forward. This character on screen now, you can't stop moving her. She's on a scooter, but when you push her ability button, she throws a boomerang that you can control, and she stays stationary. So I think there's about 18 to 20 characters, if I'm not mistaken, and they all handle differently. But it's been designed in a way that every mini game can essentially be played with every character. So you'll notice I'm also playing with a character on a skateboard who cannot stop moving. But he shoots a yo-yo upward. So you'll find that if I'm playing a mini game with him specifically, and I need to, you're shaking your head at the mini games. I know.
It's so funny.
They are ridiculous, but it's good fun. Yeah, it's
they
just,
come in thick and fast though. Hey,
here's a little what's that game called? I've gone blank. The Toad game. Treasure Toad.
It's Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh God, Game & Watch. There's some real deep cuts. I love the Metroid one earlier.
There's
Pikmin.
So if you're wondering, I'm in a world specifically where it is Nintendo RPs or mini games. I didn't know what to do in that game, so I died.
That looks confusing. Yeah.
But yeah, the games come in thick and fast, and really it's just about figuring out, first of all, how to do them and just doing them as quick as possible. As you play through each level, the mini games get faster and there's less time to complete them. But there's also a few boss levels where, if you're watching the footage, this is essentially a Mario level. And this is a skateboard character I was talking about, where I can't actually move left and right. I can only go forward. But in order to change direction, I have to shoot my yo-yo up and capture a ring, So what's cool is that they've designed the game that every mini game can be played with every character. So if I were to have...
That's crazy cool.
Yeah. Wow. So if I were to play a mini game with this character specifically, they obviously have to think, well, this character can't move left and right at will. So we have to include rings, to give them the option. There's another character who can't move at all, but they can shoot projectiles and latch to stuff with the projectiles. So there's a lot of variety in that regard, where I don't recall there being a whole cast of characters in the DS Wario game I played. It was really just a bunch of mini games. But what's cool here is that you can, as you progress through the game, you can sort of choose your party of characters to go through the sequence. So you could play as, I want to play as Wario, the scooter girl, and the skateboarding kid. They all have names. I just don't know them. I don't know them. There's a whole Wario universe that I do not know. A whole Wario verse.
That's some lore I don't want to get into.
Exactly. It's all I can say is that if you're looking for a WTF game just that'll make you laugh and make you play, I mean, there must be hundreds of mini games in this game.
Which is so crazy to think about, making each one and making them fun and also just fast. There's a lot of invention in that.
Yeah, obviously, the longer you play the game, you will start, seeing the same mini games pop up. But you might find that, this time I'm playing it, I'm at the end of a run, I have to be a lot faster, or, the parameters have changed somewhat. Like, this character was on the left previously, now it's on the right. How do I solve this room in the next 3 seconds before I lose a life?
Yeah, that's the thing. It just, oh God.
So this is just a tutorial. Yeah. So this character, hoverboard can only shoot right. Yeah. Okay. If you're playing 2-player, which is a new feature to this game or this franchise, which I haven't tested yet, it's you playing the same mini games with a friend, essentially.
That sounds chaotic.
Which I'm very much excited to try with Lenska, because I think we'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I definitely think as a sort of party game, this would be a ton of fun. Because I mean, the mini games are easy to understand. Because
they're super simple.
They had to explain their rules in 5 seconds. So
yeah, well, the only thing you're given is a word, which is destroy or escape, and you're like, oh God, how'd I do this? Oh, there's a hole over there I have to move through, or I have to destroy this character, whatever.
These cutscenes are a real fucking fever dream. They're
so good.
Really good.
But I mean,
really good.
So the game itself, real good. Had an absolute blast. But the narrative, well, the campaign mode is very short. It's 2 to 3 hours, I guess. So you'll finish that.
Quite short, yeah.
In no time. So if you come in here for the story, don't. It's super. I mean, story is fun. It's just what you expect, silly Wario fun, but it's short.
So if you're only planning to play alone, it's not tons there for you.
Yeah, and as a full-priced game, I find it. Look, there's always the debate of in terms of is you can't determine a game's value by its length, but in a game like this, I do think if you're paying a full $60 price for a collection of mini games, I can't quite. Yeah, here's the tweezing mini game. But
I love tweezing Greek gods. It's great.
After rolling credits, there is incentive to keep playing. They've actually packed a lot of stuff into the game, which I did not expect. So as an example, there's a weekly challenge where the game's just come out, so I've only tried the first week. But it's basically you have to play this series of levels with this one character. How far can you get, or how well can you do? And you obviously be ranked up on a global leaderboard based on how many points you get, which is quite cool if you're looking for a competitive angle. And you get rewarded with currency. So in playing the campaign and just playing the mini games, you get rewarded Wario coins, or just coins, I guess. And you get to spend them on cosmetics or items for your characters that you can level up. So there's this whole meta game that happens after you've rolled credits. So there are legs in that regard. I can't tell you now, is it worth the time? Because I haven't really got to dig into that. So I've just rolled credits on the campaign. But look, I can tell you that a game like this, I had a lot of fun. It's quite short. So yeah, take from that what you will.
I'm having a lot of fun watching these.
You're just watching, yeah, and you're like, wow.
It's just every single one. I'm just like, wow, that was ridiculous. And some of them, they really are like, it's very vague what you kind of need to do. I actually have no fucking clue what's going on here.
So this is a boss level now where I have to protect the little character on the left while doing, it's being grabbed by a tentacle. I'm like, oh no. But I unlocked the door there, and I've got to save it. But
there was some complex ones there, like you had to trap an octopus, and it was like the first thing you did was shoot, and you killed the trap, and it's like, well, you failed.
Yes. But I mean, obviously, if you play the game more, you learn what each of the game is, and then it'll be a lot of fun, stringing through them all at a rapid pace, seeing how far you can get, how fast you can do them.
Great water physics there. Enjoyed that.
I just love, you can tell the team had a lot of fun putting this together, because it's dumb silly fun. And like you said when we started the segments, you don't say it in a negative way, like it's an endearing Wario way, it's silly, you know what you're expecting. Yeah, it's, again, I don't know.
His characters are called Dribble and Spits. I just picked up on now.
I'd love to recommend it because I enjoy the game, but at $60, I don't know. That's a question mark for you to decide. Like how do you determine game value? I guess, and would you get $60 of value from a game like this?
Yeah, how much do you like WarioWare's brand of mini games? Yeah.
Is it a good or bad time? I had the
last question I have, and it's probably the most important, is Waluigi in it?
No, actually.
That is bullshit. There's this
whole cast of characters of people I've vaguely recognized from the last Wario game, but no Waluigi.
Missed opportunity there, Nintendo. Man? What's up with that? Okay, that's cool. That looks like a lot of fun. I think as a multiplayer thing, I think that's where I would get a lot of value out of this. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
this guy looks like a real
so he can just fly. That's it.
Good lord! I like that he's got like a, I don't know, swimming ring and then flippers, but then he's got like a cyclops eye. Like, what is going on with this design? And then he's doing wavy arms. I'll tell you,
there's a whole universe here we don't know about, or maybe diehard fans do, but I'm still learning.
God, if you hit some LSD before playing this game, you can have the time of your life. I tell you.
It's great. Yeah, and that's WarioWare.